Are you tired of playing the same two prizer decks? Well, stay tuned to this video because we're going to be going over a potential one prizer deck that is going to be a viable deck in the upcoming Pokemon TCG metagame. Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Platinum Point and I'm here to bring you guys yet again another video. Today we're going to be doing yet again another Pokemon deck profile. This time we're going to be going over a very fun single prizer deck called the Ethan's Typhlosion deck. We're going to be this deck I concocted after kind of just looking at various Ethan's builds that I've seen pop up on the internet, and I wanted to find a way to mix in some of the consistency engine that a lot of stage 2 decks that play in a very similar fashion to Ethan's Typhlosion. So this deck has a lot of moving parts to it, and it's a very tricky deck to kind of pilot in the kind of grander scheme. But overall, I personally like this deck. I will be going over many of the choices, but before we get into it, please hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification button for more content, because we are going to be posting a lot more competitive TCG content, especially not just Pokemon but Vice Schwartz and One Piece TCG, as well as other discussion and trading card game related content. So if you are a fan of that kind of stuff, please take the time to subscribe. It doesn't take too much time, and if you like my content, it helps support the channel. So we're gonna get on to the deck profile. So we're gonna start off with the Pokemon. We're running a very fat Pokemon lineup. It's very reminiscent to Charizard EX deck, because there's a lot of overlapping supporting tools that I've been slotting in, and this is just a draft list. I'm not gonna say it's like definitively like ultimately the best, but it's a list that I am currently testing, and I wanted to take a break from playing Zoroark, so I felt like Ethan's Typhlosion would be a good kind of ease into a different play style. So we're gonna start off with the Pokemon lineup. So we're playing a 4-2-3 lineup of the Cyndaquil to Typhlosion line. So the reason why I'm playing a 4-2-3 line is there's so many moving parts in this deck that you really don't need to constantly like get so many copies, especially of the Quilava, since you have many ways to search your deck for key pieces, especially the Ethan's Adventure as well as the Typhlosion, that I wanted to kind of keep the numbers down in order to provide room for other support. So we're doing a 4-2-3 line. So the Quilava has a unique ability where during my turn I can search my deck for an Ethan's Adventure and add it to my hand, and Ethan's Adventure allows me to either search for Ethan Adventure Pokemon. I think it's a combination of 3 of Fire Energy and any Ethan's Adventure Pokemon that we need. So this allows you, so like in the early games, you're gonna try dig for your Ethan's Adventure so you can either discard them or actually use them to advance your game state. So I wanted to keep the numbers consistent and streamlined. So we're doing a 4-2, and then the main attacker, which is the Typhlosion. We're basically using the first attack, which is Buddy Blast. For 1 fire energy, it does 40 plus an additional 60 times the number of Ethan's Adventure in the discard pile. So if you have all 4 out, you're dealing 280. So this is a good number to be at with this deck, because 280 takes out a lot of stage 1s, as well as with the support lineup that I'm running, you can easily take out a lot of the stage 2s as well. So we're playing a 4-2-3 split. Next, let me brighten it up a little bit. Okay. So next, we are playing a Pidgeot line, because I feel like this is actually, it's Ethan's Typhlosion deck is very similar to Charizard, where it hits for big numbers while requiring as very little energy. But in order to like successfully land it, you have to have a lot of like searching, like utility and consistency. So we're playing a 2-1-2 line of the Pidgey to Pidgeot line. So if you guys remember from my videos with the Charizard line, kind of spoiling out, but for the Charizard line, you want to take advantage of Pidgeot's quick search to search for whatever key pieces that you need during the turn, and it helps you sequence your plays easier. So we're doing a 2-1-2 split, so that because we're also playing TM Evolution, so we're trying to easily get access to the Pidgeot while conserving the number of rare candies that we play, because we're only playing about 2 copies. I'm trying to find room to bump it to 3, but right now it's kind of tight, so we're doing a 2-1-2 split for the Pidgeot line. Pardon me, let me just fix the camera so you guys can see better. Okay, next we play 2 copies of the Duskull, which goes into the 1 copy of Dusclops, and then 2 copies of the Dusknoir. So we're running actually the Dusclops package right now until we get the Psyduck that with the damp ability. I feel like this just helps you take out your the stage 2 EX matchups very easily, and it just makes the matchup a lot more, the numbers a lot more easier for you. Sure, you do trade in a prize, but since Ethan's Typhlosion is hitting for 280 most of the time, you're able to just make up for that 1 prize deficit by just easily knocking out the stage 2s. So we're playing a 2-1-2 line. And then lastly, as our last Pokemon, we play 1 copy of Pheasantipity. So far, this list, I actually really like the Pokemon ratios in this list, because it allows you ease of access to whatever key pieces you need. And the Dusknoir line, for example, that helps with softening up your targets, and it makes closing the game much easier. So we're gonna move on to this supporter line. Let me just move that out of the way. For the supporter lineup, we're playing a hefty one, because since we have to play 4 copies of the Ethan's Adventure, we're running a total of 14 supporters. So starting off, we play 4 copies of the Ethan's Adventure, which is basically you get to search a combination of 3 of either Ethan's Pokemon or the Typhlosion. I mean, not Typhlosion, and the Fire Energy, and then shuffle your deck. So this is, you're mainly going to be activating this maybe once or twice, and then most of the time you're just discarding it off of Ultra Ball or Professor's Research in order to consistently hit this to the discard pile. So we're playing it as a 4 of, because it's a mandatory. Next, we play 3 Arven. Arven allows you to search, is our key searcher, because it allows us to get our items and tools that we need to advance the game state. Next, we play triple Iono, just for hand disruption as well as hand fixing. Then we also play 2 copies of Professor's Research, just to thin through our deck, and also declutter our brick hands. And then lastly, 2 copies of Boss's Order. Next, we're going to move on to the items. So I play 4 copies of Buddy Buddy Poffin. Majority of your deck is 70 HP and below, so you can actually take advantage of that. We're not playing Nest Ball in the list, because the only non-EX, the only basic that is above 70 is the Fez. And honestly, with the amount of searching that we have for getting Pokemon into the bench, I felt like the 4 Buddy Buddy Poffin is more than enough, as well as the 3 copies of Ultra Ball. I wanted to play a 4th, but we're kind of tight in space, and I wanted to fit in room for more consistency cards, such as the double rare candy. I would like to play a third, but right now with this current list, we're really tight. Next, we play 2 copies of Countercatcher. I also play 1 copy of the Earthen Vessel, just in case if we don't have the access to Ethan's Adventure and we've used up our Ethan's Adventures via dumping and we need to get access to a fire energy, the Earthen Vessel will help us get to it really easily. Next, I play 1 copy of Night Stretcher and then 1 copy of Super Rod for Pokemon Recursion, and the A spec of choice for this list is 1 copy of Prime Catcher. I am thinking about switching this for the secret box because it allows me to get all the key pieces that I need, but currently I just needed more gusting options and being able to get out of the active when trapped, and Prime Catcher just helps me set up those decisive KOs. And then for the tools, we play 2 copies of the Brave Bangle and 1 copy of the TM Evolution, and then 1 copy of Air Balloon. And then the last trainer that we play is 2 copies of Artisan, and this is just here for consistency, so we can consistently get our bench with all the pieces that we need. And then I'm playing 5 Fire Energy. So I hope you guys like this this deck. It is an experimental one, and I am going to be testing it out, and I'll probably be refining this list as I develop it. But I wanted to try out a different way of playing Ethan's Typhlosion, because I feel like the deck is really strong, but since we have a bunch of stage 2s like Gardevoir around, we don't normally talk about that, and I know that there's a ton of profiles that like run different variants, but I'm pretty sure I'm probably the only one that is trying to mix in like the Dusknoir engine to the Pidgeot engine. I know Ethan's Typhlosion with Pidgeot is a common combination, but I wanted to try out the idea of putting in Dusknoir because the ability to just soften up targets is just really good. And honestly, I feel like it's a really strong deck to try out. So I hope you guys like this video. I will be probably doing some videos regarding the deck and how I would play it out. I'll probably showcase the gameplay with this deck, but right now I'm just in the planning stages. The next video we're gonna be going into is going to be a Bunny Girl Senpai video for Vice Schwartz, and then I'm going to be doing a couple One Piece videos after that, followed by a few discussion videos that I've been cooking up. There's some topics that I want to talk about, but I wanted to kind of get some Pokemon content out for you guys. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Also, crack that like button. I know you haven't been doing that. And make sure you guys stay on point, guys. Peace out and have a great day.